happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable.
I just called my fiance to tell him that I pulled over on the side of the road because I have a horrible migraine. And I was like, yeah, I'm super nauseous. I can't see straight. I can't look at the light. The walls are closing in. And do you know what this man has the audacity to ask me? He says, well, did you drink any water today? Well, did you drink any water today?
Okay. So let me just say, any woman who will berate their boyfriend, their husband in a public video, get rid of her. Listen, I know you're engaged, whoever this idiot is, right, who's engaged to her. You should call her and say, honey, you know what? I'm done. The fact that you did that, the fact that you released that video, are you kidding me?
DoorDash delivery girl has been arrested on 2 felony charges after recording a man passed out with his pants down in his home and posting it on TikTok during a food delivery. She's being charged with unlawful surveillance and dissemination of surveillance images.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why.
You lost your job, and now now you got arrested on 2 charges. Gotcha, bitch.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation.
Also, by the way, if you go into somebody's house and you record them without clothes on, even if somebody, let's say you see, let me think about it like this, right? Let's say there's somebody who's, they're walking around in their house in their underwear, and you record them outside of their house, and then you publish that video on the internet. That is, I don't know if it's anything illegal, but it's fucking weird. It's extremely fucking weird. It's massively fucking weird. Total invasion of privacy. Absolutely, in my opinion, totally wrong to do. Should not be doing this. Not good.
Providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't.
They didn't provide you a link to an appeal? Oh no! This is the mind of a Karen, by the way. More obsessed with the process of doing things than the purpose of doing things. This is a Karen's mind in action. I want you to see it right here for yourself. The mind of a Karen at work.
So I contacted support, and they made me sit up.
Yeah, a bureaucratic mindset. This is the reason why they have to fire 80% of people from these companies and nothing changes. It's because of people like her.
On the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why.
Yeah, too bad, bitch.
So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account.
Yeah.
I was working. I was literally working.
Not anymore. You got fired.
And they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing.
You can see that she's very obviously trying to play this up as it's this, oh, well, I'm this put upon girl. They're trying to suppress my sexual assault. You weren't sexually assaulted. Nobody even touched you. But you could say it's sexual harassment. It's not the same thing. You just saw the video. And so you can see what she's doing. She's positioning herself so she can be the victim, so she can claim the moral and emotional upper hand. I am so, at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I really agree with this, right? And after, I never watched this video because who cares? But now I'm watching it. Thank God this stupid, annoying bitch is in jail. Thank God. This is beautiful. What a great day for me. They are literally putting the Karens in jail. I used to pray for times like this.
They just fired me!
Gotcha, bitch!
And the police are doing nothing!
You're not complaining anymore, are you? Now the police did do something about it. You should be happy.
I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills! 3 days ago, October.
Yep, too bad. Well, now you're not going to have any bills because you might go to jail.
October 12, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get...
Yeah, they keep silencing and you taking your videos down because you're distributing basically pornographic images of a person without their consent while you recorded them inside of their home. Did a person consent to having that happen? They're in their own house. The guy should sue her. That's what he should do. He should sue her for doing this.
One more strike, you guys. I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned.
I wouldn't worry about your account anymore.
So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid...
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the account.
So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash...
So this girl's really in it for the love of the game. Like, she really wants this attention. Like, how many videos is she going to make about this?
Customer requested that their order be left at their front door.
They requested that their order be left at their front door. Okay.
Arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on. And they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door. With their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles.
And so, just so I can understand, the Ring camera showed that she opened the door. Is that true? Is there a video of the Ring camera showing that she opened the door? Yeah, is there a video of it? Well, here's a good way to look at it, okay? The police obviously can figure out what a Ring camera is. They know what a Ring camera is. And they charged her twice. I think that says a lot. To be a girl and to get charged twice, that's hard to do. You had to have done something wrong. Women get massively treated way better by the justice system than men do. It's not even remotely close. You want to talk about a privilege? That's a privilege.
And they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes.
I'm pretty sure. I wonder why.
But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem...
That's smart. That's what I do. Yep. Just get rid of them.
Unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
They didn't even provide me a reason for my
No, why would they?
They're supposed to send an email. They didn't.
They don't have to.
So I contacted
Don't have to do
support,
anything.
and they told me to continue with my...
You see, bureaucratic Karens. This is a bureaucratic bad faith Karen in action. Weaponizing systems and different types of bureaucracy and other types of oversight committees and types of cooperation. This is how a Karen insulates itself inside of modern society. Is it creates infinite concentric circles of bureaucracy to protect itself from bad actions.
Appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back.
Yep, that's right. You're not.
Me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me.
That's right. They punished you. They did.
For exposing my story time.
And you can see again, you know, you see the shifting of this, right? Where she's clearly trying to lean on this idea of being sexually assaulted so she can use this as like emotional blackmail to make everybody listen to her and do what she wants. Basically. That's it. She's using leading language. Yeah, it's what she's doing. Does she believe this? Probably not, no.
It's the only justice I'm getting, because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing.
Wow. How about that? They're not doing a thing.
So, hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know.
Yeah.
But I have an update as of October 6th.
Holy shit.
But first and
how many videos are there of this?
Everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really made me feel
allyship.
so
oh my god.
and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this time.
There are so many toxic like everybody talks about like the Andrew Tate toxic male communities. This is the female equivalent to that, by the way. This is it right here. You're seeing it. It's a bunch of dishonest, disingenuous, obnoxious, stupid women that get together, that hate men, that are liars, that try to manipulate situations, emotionally blackmail everybody, and put themselves in the position where they get to tell everybody else what to do. This is the exact thing. Like, you want to talk about toxic male behavior, that's fine. I think there is some of that. This is toxic female behavior. This is it right here. And now we have the Karens going to jail. Oh my God!
Time, so
I am so happy.
To let you guys know, I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware.
If a guy does this to a woman, would he be looking at 4 years in jail? I mean, I think it really probably depends.
A bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about
DoorDash
me
did?
on their TikTok story.
Did they say anything?
And on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details.
No, she's trying to sue them.
But what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't.
You think that they had to tell you? You really think that they had to tell you that recording a customer naked and then posting it on the internet would cause you to lose your job? You had to have them tell you that?
Didn't find out before you guys. I'm just
What? I mean, really?
This right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me.
I love how she thinks that she matters. You're a DoorDash driver. If you died tomorrow, they wouldn't even do it. They wouldn't even know about it. They would just be like, oh, wow, this account's inactive. Let's delete it out of the system. They don't care about you. Wait, what do you mean? Like, she's acting like this is like some kind of, like they owe her something. What do you mean?
The deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements. Like, literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email.
I didn't even know any of this.
Reason for being deactivated.
I can't believe I missed this.
A whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I
They should ban her TikTok account.
And about 12 hours after
they should.
Had already.
Because if she got charged, that means that she committed a crime by disseminating that information on the website, and they should have to ban the account because you don't want to have people that are committing crimes by using the website. Yeah, they should ban her. Yeah, perm-ban her.
Denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me.
Yeah, what did they say?
So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job.
We all? Who's we? Nobody cares.
That's the update.
Well, here's a new one. You're getting arrested. You got arrested for 2 felonies. I cannot wait. I don't, I mean, like, courts are like so, it's so blatantly biased for courts. But at the same time, I do think that, like, I do think there's a chance that this person could actually end up going to jail. And this will ruin her life, by the way. This will 100% ruin her life. This is amazing. I used to pray for times like this. And I'm going to explain why, because some people might be like, oh, why are you happy about this? This is the person that lost their job, everything. I think this is such a great and amazing thing. And I'll explain the reasons why. Number one, you're recording a person without their consent in their own home. If the door was closed and you recorded them through the window, it would be problematic also. So you're also distributing this. You're basically creating pornographic material of a person without their consent and publishing it on the internet publicly. And then at the same time, you're weaponizing things like being sexually assaulted by having to see a fat guy laying on a sofa with his pants down after allegedly you opened the door. You're intentionally, and she's zooming in on him. You're zooming in on this guy. So you didn't send this to the police. You didn't go to the police about this. You went to TikTok. Right. Why didn't you send that to them? It's not alleged. Well, as far as I know, it is. But yeah, there it is. Breaking and entering. Well, we don't know about that or not. And what is this here? The onboard video has nothing in it. The guy's covered. It shows the side of his thigh. Female clothing can be more revealing in the way this guy is in the video. Well, anyway, and then she goes and then she acts like, oh, wow, well, they need to solve this problem for me because I'm so important. You're a fucking DoorDash driver. Do you think that you matter? You're expendable. You're completely expendable. And so anyway, this is what happens. So yeah, our argument is that she walked into a private space where a person's naked and she didn't like that, doing private things in her private place? Yeah, exactly. Do you think the police know 100% that someone is a criminal and who should be in jail? They saw somebody rob a bank, they don't know it? Well, I don't know about this. I have no idea. I don't think she robbed the bank. I don't think they know for sure. But this is a amazing thing. We need to put more Karens in jail. This is what I want to see more of every single fucking day. And luckily and hopefully, after enough of them are put in jail, the world can finally improve. She's literally a 2%er. She is. She is a 2%er. And you can see her and how she talks about it, everything like this. This is the enemy of America right here. This is it. This is the prime enemy. It's not the Jews. It's not the black people. It's not the Middle East. It's not even all the Muslims. This is the enemy. Right here. The prime evil. Just being honest. That's it. The prime evil. Mentally ill people. Optics-obsessed, virtue-signaling, obnoxious, privileged Karens that will import every problem from the rest of the world into America to satisfy their suicidal empathy that's actually narcissism disguised. And they will also manipulate, lie, and misrepresent every situation to avoid any accountability from anything that they ever do, blame everything on systems, create endless levels of apparatus systems to protect them from their bad behavior, and to effectively waste and destroy resources by trying to provide different levels of insulation from accountability.
In general, estrogen will produce a diffuse awareness in women. To men, we appear scattered. That is not true for men. Single focus has them pay attention to what am I going to produce next? Understanding that, then we can start to reach towards each other to communicate better. For women, as a physically smaller and weaker gender, which we're profoundly aware of, we feel safe when we feel connected, especially to the people we perceive as strong. We're like on auto redial to connect and connect and connect. It causes problems because they're single focused. Try connecting with a wall.
And that could be an interruption. Us being like, connect, and they're just like,
this is why we say we have opposing instincts. We interrupt them to get the feeling of connection back. Hi, honey. Text. We call. We open the home office door. Hi, honey. Hi. If they even lift their head. Our attempt to connect was rejected. Now I'm even less safe than I was before. He's mad at me?
No, he's mean.
Is he mad? He's mean, or is he mad at me? Or why didn't he look up? Was it because of what I said to him this morning? And we spin out. We spin out trying to figure out the why. But we don't come up with accurate answers because we answer our why questions with why a woman would have done that.
And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in.
Yes. It's not just even that we think it. We're sure of it. And we'll tell them, you did this because of that. No, I didn't. And they turn around and walk away. Why are you walking away? Because this isn't worth doing. You can't hear me. When they can't be heard, they just shut up. And there's so much about them we never see or know. We don't listen long enough, and we're sure we're right. I mean, there's a joke. If a man's alone in the woods and he speaks, is he still wrong? We're meant to be complementary. We're so made for each other.
If it became a real fight, patriarchy versus women, it would last 10 seconds.
I pay too much money for my upkeep to be having free conversations. I had somebody reach out to me. They have been reaching out to me in my DMs, and I was kind of ignoring it, just leaving them on red because I'm not interested. And today they consistently message me, and so I said, okay, I'll answer. This morning I had a shampoo appointment, and so I answered, and they were like, am I disturbing you? And I said, I don't converse with men that I don't know. And they said, well, let's change that. And I said, well, I'm actually on the way to go get my hair done. You gonna contribute to that? They sent a long paragraph asking me to explain why they should do that. And they said now they understand the kind of woman that I am, on and on and on. And I said, no problem, no worries, have a good day. I feel like this. I keep my nails done, keep my toes done. So nails, toes, every month. I get my hair done every month. This is a luxury style. I keep my hair up, right? So getting my hair done every month. Nails, toes, hair. I own my home. I got an acre of land. I have to get my grass cut. I get my yard work done by myself. All of that is covered by myself. I have a nice body. I get that done in the gym. I have a gym membership. I clothe my nice body with nice clothes. And so I have to go shopping. And I wear makeup, which I enjoy. And in the comments, I don't care what you got to say about makeup. But I also spend money on that. And so to keep this up, I also eat on a meal plan that I have created. And so for that meal plan, I have to go grocery shopping to eat off of the meal plan that I have created. And so all of this takes money. It takes money to upkeep this. And so why am I having free conversations? And it is okay. It is okay if you don't feel the way that I feel and you are having free conversations. But I think about this, especially if you're messaging me when I'm on the way to an appointment where I'm about to spend hundreds of dollars to get my hair washed, and I'm continuing to have this appointment where I'm spending hundreds of dollars on myself, and you're interested in me? No, I don't have free conversations. And I implore you, if you are a woman who takes great care of herself and does great things for herself and keeps herself up, think about whether you're having free conversations. I treat my phone like it still has minutes and you're not using mine up. That's it. Love you. Bye.
They do the same thing in the house and then they call it mental load. They'll call it mental load. He's not doing as much as I'm doing because, he doesn't load the dishwasher like I do. He doesn't use the same pod or insert the pod into the dishwasher like I do. He doesn't separate the clothes like I do. He just picks up a load of them and tosses them in there and throws a Tide Pod in there and walks away. Washes it on warm instead of washing it on cold. Right? He doesn't throw one of those Shout dye catchers in there like I would. He doesn't put the Downy fabric softener in there like I would. He doesn't care. He's not doing it because he doesn't care. He doesn't like me. He hates women in general. That must be what it is. And y'all continue to add mental load, or loser load is really what it is. Dumb load, problem load, drama load to a man's life until he just quits caring. He just stops talking to you. I would have tuned you out at this point. Honestly, you're not talking about anything. Imagine that. Got a house and an acre of land. Congratulations. Got all that and still talk about nothing. Speech is surface level. That's what you're looking at. And you're wondering why men don't want to be bothered with you.
One of the biggest levers, in fact, the single biggest predictor of your health outcomes in life are the number of close connections that you have. It's more than quitting smoking. It's more than going to the gym. It's more than stopping drinking. 50% of men say that they are not looking for a relationship.
When they say aren't looking for a relationship, do they mean I'm not looking for a woman or I'm not looking for commitment?
Not actively pursuing any kind of interaction with women.
Oh.
50.1% of women for the first time in history are mothers. There are more childless women at 30 than there are women with children, right? So for almost all of human history, more women had kids under the age of 30 than over. And now it's switched.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie. One of the things he asked was like, if it was dating apps were supposed to improve this, and then why are things going this way? And a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this, where I will blame dating apps and say, because women are doing this and doing that, and they only want the top really 5-10% of men that are on dating apps. They want a Chad, a guy who is above them in looks and usually status and money on there, or they want a guy who, he looks good and he can perform in the bedroom, or they presume he can. And so they flock towards those guys. And those are the guys that you see women on TikTok crying about and everything's wrong and men don't want to commit and what's wrong with you men, where are all the good men left? Where the rest of you guys, the 90% that are not the top 10 Chads, are like, we're right here where we've always been and where you've always ignored us. And so the root cause of this, though, in my opinion, and just the research that I've done, it's not just the dating apps. It's not just, dating. Those are all symptoms of the root, which is the root disease, which is modern feminism. And modern feminism doesn't hold women accountable for anything. Women are always right. Women are good. When women have been oppressed, women are treated unequally. Women are treated unfair. They are oppressed by misogyny. The patriarchy of the past has clipped our wings, and we don't have as much opportunity out here. And also feminism promotes this idea of equality of outcome. They don't want equal opportunity, they want equality of outcome. Why is that important? Because when they talk about the patriarchy and they talk about this oppression and they talk about all the things men have done in society, and especially in the past, for them to get now, this is what it is. They don't want just having the opportunity. They don't want equal rights with men. They don't want equal opportunity, which women do have now. They want to make right all the wrongs of the past. They want to make up time on what they didn't get or what they perceived they didn't get. And now they want to take their rightful place in these cushy jobs and in society and just in every fabric of life. And it's not enough to be equal now. They must, because they got to make good. You've got to push women up even higher and push men lower. So that is how you're going to balance out the scale so that women now can get equal outcomes, equality of outcome. And that mindset has warped women, especially in dating and relationships, that I deserve the best. I can get the best. Sure, dating apps and all these things made it so top 10 chats, top 10% perceived chats can, have more access to women, and women from, the guy may be a 9, 10, but the woman can be a 4, and like, it's a slow night. He just wants to, get it in. And so now these men have more access to these women, and these women, because those men choose them for a sexual encounter or talk to them or swipe right on them, they actually believe that is now their level, their status. So they see any man below that is not good enough. So now that's that same mindset with feminism is, I get the best. I can, it doesn't matter all these other men. I want the top position. I want to go to the top. I want to say, though, you cannot equate what men are doing and women are doing. Absolutely not. Men are using logic, facts, how they've been treated, how society sees them, this very feminist society we have in the West. They're seeing how women behave. Women are not wanting to have relationships with the average man or even above average men at this point. And even men who are high value, I have clients in conversations all the time, they are struggling, to actually find a woman who is worthy to be a wife. And this is where you see men are finding solutions. They are finding, like, it's better for me to be alone. It is better for me to go my own way because, I'm not going to get any results out there. And it's not because they have all these shortcomings, but just, if that guy is a plumber and not working some high power job that makes, that even if, let's say he's a plumber and there's another guy who works an office job, the plumber may make more money. But because he's a plumber and women hear that, they automatically will be turned off because it's a blue collar job, not really understanding anything about it. And they would so there's a lot of men just from what they do, their income level, even if they make good money, all of that, women won't even give them opportunity. They're not interested in these men. So men have decided, okay, I'm going to go my own way. And then also with media and social media, it is constantly attacking men, who they are, their character, what they believe, what they feel. And anything a man wants or says, they can point back to its misogyny and the patriarchy or something that puts them down. So what is the point? They have to go their own way. They don't have another option. Women, on the other hand, have options. They have men in their DMs. They have men that match with them. They have men that are interested in them, but they do not want those men. They want the top chats. Remember, women are supposed to have the best of the best. All women are 10s. All women deserve love. They don't say all men are 10s. They don't say all men deserve love, but you see the difference there. Women, they turn away from dating when relationships with the men they want are not working out, when no one is wanting a relationship with them, when they can't get the top chat. They would rather Be alone, then settle. Not settle for a lesser man that they're talking about. They're talking about they want to settle. They don't want to settle for a man who doesn't meet X, Y, Z and 1,000 other things. And then you have even things like the ick. Oh, he put on a coat and was cold. Ugh. Oh, he blew his nose. Ooh. Oh, he ate a popsicle. Ooh. Like, those are the things that women are removing themselves from the dating market for. They're completely two different things. And so we've got to make that clear. The next one would be, and probably the most important, are looks. Looks. Men who are under 6 feet, they get filtered out. Women won't even consider it. And then once they're in the above 6 feet, oh, this guy's 6'5" compared to 6'1". So that even the guys who are above 6 feet, they are getting, ranked based on how tall they are, how fit they are, how, that smile. Will that man be good arm candy? I feel like women are shopping when they go on these dating apps. It's really a fantasy they are trying to pull. They're not looking for a husband. They may say that. They may say they want a man in a relationship, but really, no, they want their fantasy fulfilled. It's like, I honestly think of the dating apps now and how women behave. It's almost like the strip club for women. Like they go after looks, that fantasy. But if men go to a strip club, they know this is entertainment. This is not, you're not looking for your wife. You don't find, dating someone like that, there's all kinds of problems, and that's not really wife material. That's not somebody you want to be the mother of your child. But women do not think that. They think the fantasy can be real. And when he talked about how the policies on these campuses, women are so proud. We have more degrees and we're doing this and we're making more. But they don't understand the governmental policies, the university policies that have allowed them to do that and have pushed men to the corner. So it's not because through their merit. It's not about equality. It's about making good on what was in the past, ignoring men, forgetting men, shutting them down, and raising women up. And so now we have all these women being raised up, and they thought they would be so happy because now we're above men and we're smashing the patriarchy. But guess what? You're lonely. You're not able to get a man. And even let's say a woman like that was dating down, what she considers dating down, the type of mentality that comes with it, then we haven't even gotten into body count, where women are saying my body, my choice when it comes to this. And it's, I should be able to sleep with whoever I want and still get a husband, and a man should still want to wife me up and for me to be the mother of his child. So women, they have this thing where they live in a delusional place where they don't consider men. They don't care about men. They don't care what they feel. It's all about their fantasy. I can do what I want, live how I want, say what I want, treat men the way I want, and I will still get my outcome. Because if that girl, again, they want equality of outcome. If this girl got it and that girl got it, usually celebrities, that person get it, I can do it too, because we're all beautiful. All women are the same. All women deserve the best. All women deserve love. So it all comes together where I talk about feminism, because the policies, you see how I went on the rabbit trail, but it goes deeper. It starts with the policies. It starts with feminism and the lies and the destructions that has caused in every fabric of life, especially in the West.
It obviously begs a question, Chris, which is, if everything you've said is objectively correct and spot on and supported by the data, then if I make Chris Williamson the prime minister or president of the world and I say your first job is to fix this challenge, what do you do?
The first thing that you don't do is roll back women's education and employment. And this is one of the problems with this discussion, right? The things that I've just said there are borne out in Pew Research data, Morgan Stanley results. Like, these are incontrovertible facts, right? They are there. And any girl that is listening who earns more than £50,000 a year and has got a master's or above level education and is toward their late 30s or toward their late 20s or in their 30s knows this problem. You know the fact that you are struggling to find a man that you feel is eligible for you, right? That needs to be out there. The problem that happens around this discourse is that it posits men and women as adversaries and competitors of each other, right? As enemies. This means that worthwhile compassion, which is needed to both women and men. If you're a woman who has gone through your education, you've dedicated yourself to achieving a degree, you know, your mother's generation wasn't able to achieve this, and you're the first person that's maybe gone to uni or got a bachelor's or got a master's or got a PhD, and then you spend some time in a career grinding away and you're now on 150 grand a year, and you think, right, I'm 31, I'd love to settle down, this would be amazing for me. Where are all of the men at? Hang on a second. And what you realize is that not only now are you competing with all of the other increasing cohort of women that are high achievers with status, employment, and education, but you're also competing with a 21-year-old barista who still lives at home with her parents for this small cohort of guys. That requires sympathy for women, okay?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have zero sympathy. And the reason why, because women nowadays, they don't have sympathy for men. They don't have sympathy for the man who's the barista. They don't have sympathy for anyone else. They don't have sympathy when they're choosing Chad over the men who, you know, putting men in the friend zone, having male orbiters, and they know they're not serious about men, and they go on foodie dates. And this is women of all education levels and job, and women who have different jobs, different hierarchies within the socioeconomic class. So, men have been speaking about this. Men have been telling women, look at my good friend Kevin Samuels, when he was canceled. Men aren't canceling women. Women are canceling men when they speak up on these things and try to educate women and try to tell them, hey, you don't have to get hurt by sleeping with all these different men and chats and all that. You shouldn't just pursue your degree and neglect all the other areas of life. They tell women to stop being masculine, stop trying to take on masculine traits and competing with men. Men are not competing with women. They're not thinking about women. Women are competing with men. Women are the ones that are causing all the animosity in the dating world. And then the media, social media, corporations, Hollywood, everything, universities, everything backs them up. It is really a David and Goliath story, except for, and this time the men are David, but this is not turning out where they're going to have victory. They don't have any support. And so, okay, a lot of women know what they should be doing. A lot of women know these things, but they rebel against it because what? Feminism tells them that they are better than men, not just like a man, better than a man, saying they don't need a man. So I have to counterpoint that. Absolutely not. It's again, feeling sorry for women. Women are like infants. It's all this compassion for women and poor her and oh, poor women. The same is not given. Again, I come from a standpoint, I come from the standpoint of equality. If you want equality, then and you're better than a man, like you guys tell men, man up. Nobody's feeling sorry for you. You made that choice, live with it. And that is what needs to be said. We've got to stop holding their hands in kumbaya and feeling sorry for them, because it keeps this foolishness up. And then they come up with solutions. Oh, now we need to talk about it, and the men and it need to improve. All the solutions are men need to improve. Not that they need to change, but that men, once again, there's more work for men to do while they're silenced and have no support.
Is not a good position for women to be in. At the same time, this huge cohort of sexless men, 30% of men haven't had sex in the last year. 50% of men say that they are not looking for a relationship. You are a man. You have been through your 20s. You know the power of the male sex drive between the ages of 18 and 30. Can you imagine getting yourself into a situation where you say, I'm not bothered about pursuing women? Wow. That is an unbelievably extreme statement for men to make. And they're self-identifying as this in Pew Research data. This isn't on incel forums. This is Pew Research. 50% of men aren't looking for a relationship.
When they say aren't looking for a relationship, do they mean I'm not looking for a woman or I'm not looking for commitment?
No, not actively pursuing any kind of interaction with women.
Oh, shit.
Casual included. What? 50%.
And again, to this, I say, yeah, men they read the writing on the wall. They know what they've experienced since the time they were children. They are not valued. Women don't value them. Men are the ones who have more chastity. Men are the ones wanting marriage and tradition. Women out here want to run the streets, run high body count. They incur trauma that they cause upon themselves chasing these top guys. They don't get into a relationship. They label all the men, even the men who are not in relationships. And that number also 18 to 30, the percentage of young men who are virgins between 18 and 30, it is tripled. Okay. The numbers, and I should do a video with the data and with the young. What do you think the numbers of women from 18 to 30 who are virgins? What do you think the percentage of women from 18 to 30, the number of partners they've had versus the number men have had? So you see how feminism it's destroyed itself. It's destroyed the very people that they said that they want to help. While men have stayed the same, men are standing on what they believe, and they're not going to be moved just because women want to cry about this now. They've made their bed and they want them to lie in it. And this is where these same women will say, these passport bros, and they want to go and find women. Yes, they want to find feminine, traditional women who are not trying to compete with them, women who have not been corrupted by the disease of modern feminism. And you dare speak against it?
The thing that's unsettling in all of this is still the role of the average man, who's expected to get far less in terms of loyalty and quality and standard from a woman than he's ever had, and pay a far higher price. Our grandfathers got a woman. He didn't have to be rich. He didn't have to even be famous. He didn't have to be successful. He just had to be a man and do the most basic things. And she loved him and he loved her, and they had a happy relationship. Our grandfathers got a woman for all. Now, to get a woman who cares about you, you need to be one of the most famous, rich, well-known, drive a Lambo, this, X, Y, Z. The average man's wrecked. Yeah. And the role of men in all of this is completely forgotten because nobody gives a shit about men.
It's true. It's true, because everyone's being told to only care about women. So he's talking about, the average man is screwed. We say that all the time, right? She's right. The average man is screwed because the average girl is getting a ton of attention, right? I think I'm a 10, this, that, and the other thing. And she comes with a list. I need you to do all these things. Right? I need you to do this and that. I need you to make this much money. I need you to pay the bills. I need you to protect me. And I have all these things what are you going to do, honey? Why are you asking me? I have to do something to get you to be a gentleman? How dare you? Right? They don't want to do anything. In fact, they also want to be able to whore around through their 20s, have a long body count list, and then get to say, I'm reformed, right? And then still, be put in the category of the 20-year-olds who didn't do that, right? They don't want their past to count. They don't want their present to count. They don't want their career climb to count. They don't want their attitude to matter. Then you got to do happy wife, happy life, even if they're nasty to be possible to live with. No one gives a shit about men. No one gives a shit about men. And that's why I do this show in large part. I have a son. You think I want him growing up in this world where no one gives a shit about men? No, I don't.
Women can't change the world, Rob. Let's look at this. Let's take this away from Bonnie for a second.
But haven't you said that feminism's just taken over?
Feminism was given to women by men. Men are the only ones who can project force, Rob. Feminism is a male movement. Do you think if women march around in the street outside, anybody gives a The only reason they get away with it is because men stand around them with guns. Men enforce feminism. Men project force. If women really wanted to fight the patriarchy, and they don't, trust me, the reason they say they want to fight the patriarchy is because the patriarchy doesn't fight back. If it became a real fight, patriarchy versus women, it would last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And when the riot horses start storming in with the batons, women would very quickly get back in the kitchen. So there's no such thing as female power. It's given to them by men. And it's given to them by subsects of men who are actually trying to damage masculinity.
Okay, that's interesting too. It's given to women by men, feminism, 100%. And guess what, ladies? It can also be taken away. It can also be taken away. Guys aren't doing that. Guys are stronger. Guys don't go march in the street with signs and write their boobs out and ooh, that's not what it's about. When guys really want to get shit done, it's a war. That's called a war. Okay. If guys wanted to take your feminism away that they gave you, they would do it already and it would be done. What does that say about men? What does that say about men? They're such terrible people. They gave me all of these rights, and some of them have been twisted now and distorted and aren't really good, right? You ruined that, ladies, some of you. But if they wanted to take it away, they would. They're not doing it. Maybe be nice about that. Just saying. This is a really interesting point, too. Women can't change the world. Women will take offense to that. But this is all about force, right? If someone really intimidating bring it down to your level, right? You think about war and it becomes too much, right? You can't really, but if you were, say, on your block, right? Say there was like, people were having disagreements or whatever, and a bunch of really small, petite women my size, I'm like 5'4" and 115 pounds on a good day, right? And say we all come out and we're like, we're not going to stand for this. Do you think really anyone's intimidated by that? No. If a whole bunch of guys that look like Andrew Tate start walking out and saying, we're not doing this, suddenly people start getting taken seriously, right? Women can't change the world because we can't exert we don't have enough strength to do it. We're not going to go to the front lines of battle. That's not what our job is, right? However, we have told ourselves, no, women do change the world. And women, I saw a clip the other day. Candace Owens was talking to some nitwit, some idiot feminist. And she was going on, well, I believe that women can do everything that men can do. Honey, you can't do it. Really? Okay, let's pick a big, strong man and you and send them into battle. And good luck, honey. Ooh, I'll stand by with some water and an oxygen tank. It's not true. And you're lying to women every day by telling them that it is true. It's not true. So women can't change the world, and women only have these rights because men said, here, take them, which frankly, some of you are probably regretting given what women did with those opportunities and how they vote, frankly. Every time someone horrible is elected to office, everyone looks at the young, is it not true? Young, single women ruin every election. Every single one. I'm sure there's guys out there being like, oh man, sorry, we gave them the right to vote. It's just true, right? You're like, things would be sane if it weren't for these now government dependents or dumb. Oh, I'm an empowered woman. I want to elect a socialist because I'm a nitwit. Yeah. Woo! Pom poms. We all know it's true. I'm just saying it, right? We all know it's true.
Women can't change society. Bonnie can't change anything. She's a symptom of the society she grew up in.
She thinks she can change men's mental health.
No, she's saying she can help with men's mental health, but she can't change society. Women, by and large, can't do anything. Women can march all day, every day. Nobody gives a
saw women marching there now, I'd look and think, oh, now what have they done, Chippendale? If I saw men
that's called a revolution.
God, something's going wrong. Something's happening.
Because men can be violent.
Concerned.
Isn't it interesting in this interview how she has a lot of common sense too? It's fascinating, actually. It's really, I'm not saying she's making good decisions, and I'm not saying her contribution to society is good, but she's not afraid to be honest, which is I think that's why he gets along with her, right? First of all, he gets along with her because she functions like a man, right? It's like it's not being friends with a woman. This is a man, right? She's very masculine. And also, she's just not, I get the sense from him, I don't know him personally, that he just has no patience for phonies. And I don't either, right? So I watch this, and I'm like, well, at least she's being honest, right? And it's true. You see a whole bunch of women marching. If you look out your window and you see a whole bunch of women like me with signs marching, do you get concerned? You're like, oh, it's probably, is a farmer's market coming to my neighborhood? Are they mad about something? You don't even go outside. You see a whole bunch of men that look like Andrew Tate or, whoever, big, strong guys, and they're marching or something's going on outside. You're like, shit, is my town being taken over? Like, what? Is there what uprising? Where's my gun? Right? Because you're like, it just is. That's why women can't change the world, though. Because it's brute force, and the ability to exert brute force is a superpower. We don't have it. Now, I know some idiot is going to go, oh, but Chad, some feminist watching will be like, did you not see the female boxer? Yeah, honey. Did you not see her in the ring with a guy get pounded? That's my point.
A revolution requires warriors, and that's why men and masculinity is under such constant attack. That's why they're trying to get rid of me. That's why they don't like what I say, because when you have men who are prepared to stand up for something, we're seen as a threat to the system. That's why masculinity in and of itself is attacked, because they don't want men who stick up for themselves, because if you stick up for yourself, you stick up for society, which is why they use feminism and they weaponize it to destroy the masculine instinct. Because if women have more power than men, and if you can't even have a family, and you can't even tell your own wife what to do, why are you going to try and have any vested interest in society?
Do you see why people can't stand this guy, though? Every time I do something related to Andrew Tate, every single time, without fail, I get messages. People are mad. Oh, he's an idiot. You're way better than him, Jed, because, he did the webcam, whatever. And because they read the headlines that he's a misogynist, and they didn't study the case, but instead read the Guardian's coverage of it or some crap. They didn't do the research themselves. But this guy, This is why people really can't stand him. The powers that be, the system, this stuff. Because he's telling men, be men. He's reminding them, be a masculine man. Don't take this crap. Don't take it from, the Bill Gates of the world. Don't take it from your girlfriend. Don't be a doormat. And he really understands that if they take down men, it's over. It's over. What are we going to do? You think I'm going to be able to stand up against the Bill Gates of the world? No, you need these big, strong guys. You need, when somebody rolls in with a mandate, right? You need a guy, big, strong men with guns at the door saying, try me, try me. That's what you need. He knows that. So you need guys with balls, right? That's all that matters in society. Do you have men with balls willing to stand up to the right people? That's it. End of story. End of story. That's why they can't stand this guy. Because A, he doesn't give a shit what you say about him, right? He doesn't care. And B, his message is because he's telling guys at the root. He's saying, in your own home, be a man. You got to do it in your own home first. In order to be able to ricochet that energy out, you got to build that in the foundation. So if you can't be the man of the house, how are you expected to do anything in your community or at large? Inspiring men to grow a pair of balls. Society hates that, right? They want all these emasculated, feminized, bullshit men. That's why they can't stand them. Hit that subscribe button. If you like the message, hit the subscribe, hit the like, show some love for the channel. And thank you for doing that. We're going to get to the last clip. This is Elle. Let's roll it.
What should a woman that hasn't been born with overt beauty do then?
Well, she should find a man she loves with all of her heart, and she should encourage him to want to take care of her. I mean, the masculine imperative is to protect and provide for what we love. It's very easy to find a man who will take care of you and provide for you and protect you and give you what you want if you make him feel respected and loved. It's very easy to do. But if you refuse to make him feel respected and loved, you're never going to find what you want. And it doesn't matter how attractive you are, as long as you're realistic about the kind of partner you choose. If you're
nuclear plastic surgery is a thing nowadays as well.
Well, there you go. But if you're an average looking woman and you want a 10 out of 10 super famous, super rich man, you have to understand that you're never going to probably get what you want out of him. But if you're prepared to have an average man working an average job, you probably get the world out of him. He'll give you his very best. So
doesn't this seem rational, right? And optimistic too. Is this the guy you read about in The Guardian? Does it sound like him? Just telling you, stop reading the news. They don't know jack about jack. Everything is just propaganda. Right? I'm not saying everything he's ever done in life is amazing. I'm not saying he hasn't done stuff I disagree with. So don't twist it. But what he's saying is true. The masculine imperative is to take care of a woman who's going to be respectful of him. Men want love and respect. They want a woman who is going to make their lives peaceful, bring them peace, bring them loyalty, bring them joy. That's what they want. They don't want a headache climbing a corporate ladder. They don't. I don't care what your husband told you because you bullied him into saying it. He doesn't want that. He wants to come home from work and have you smiling and loyal and caring about the home and with a virtuous past. As Andrew Wilson, we did that whole segment about women of virtue. That's what they want. And he's saying if women aren't deluded, right? And we do that too. You can't be a 5 looking for a 10. Then the 5 is looking for the 10. The 10's just going to use them and not take them. So we've gone through this. So you have to be confident. But you also, one last thing I want to touch on before we close today. We talk about male superpowers, right? The physical strength of a man. When a man is in shape, it's like, it's incredible to witness. It's like you're looking at a work of art, right? And you're so grateful because you're like, that guy has my back, right? Your husband, the police officer, the fireman, whoever it may be. You're like, thank God that person cared enough to, strong men build society, protect society. That's just how it goes, okay? But women also have a superpower. We also do. We can birth babies. I can grow a human, y'all. I made a person. Holy crap. I look at him and I'm like, where did you come from? That's incredible. And when we bring peace to a man, he can accomplish anything. When we bring a nurturing energy to a home, that goes from a house to a home. We have superpowers too. We're just not prioritizing them. We're not loving them anymore because we've been told by society that they're not good enough, right? No, that's feminine stuff. You need to do the masculine stuff. You got to compete with a man. And so now we're hustling to be a C-rate man because we're never going to be an A-rate man because we're not men. And we're neglecting all of the beautiful things that would make us have our own superpowers, right? You know it.
Are you willing to go out the country within the next 30 days?
I got a lot of work to do in 30 days, yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hold on. So you pop because of out the country?
Yeah, I like to travel, and I need a nigga who can control his schedule to be available to do those things because I'm not really a person that is work. I'm more about experiences, and I'm at a space in my life where work and enjoying life, they have joined forces together. So unfortunately, I'm not doing anything that I don't love doing. And when I travel, that's also work as well. And I need somebody with an open schedule to be able to do so. Or it's definitely not going to work. I might cheat.
You might cheat anyway.
I might cheat.
You might cheat anyway.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't even ride for black women no more because it really be the black women that be hating the most on me. For real. Like dead ass. It really be them. For real. Dead ass. Because a lot of y'all really upset because you think I'm a pick me when all I'm doing is telling you how I've been making it through life. All I've been doing is telling you exactly how my struggles and shit that I've been through. But all of a sudden, because you're insecure, I'm a pick me bitch. Argumentative, combative, can't submit. You say you can't submit because that man doesn't pay all your bills. But yet, even if a man did pay all your bills, you still wouldn't be able to submit because you're not a submissive, feminine type of female. And that's why you have so much problems dating. That's why you have so much problems finding a man. Don't no nigga want to argue with you. Don't no man want to come home and hear your goddamn mouth. But when I say it, I'm a pick me. Oh, okay. You know what? A lot of y'all don't even know how to submit because you ain't never seen that shit. You never seen a woman actually cater and bow in the presence of a man. You never seen it. It's not even your fault. But when you got somebody that's telling y'all how to do it, now I'm a fucking pick me. Because I said buy that man something every now and then, now I'm a pick me. Because I say don't walk around that man toe up all fucking day long just because that's your nigga, I'm a pick me. Come on now. Come on now. Make it make sense. If you do the math and make it make sense, I'll actually be on your side. But it ain't adding up. Because I never, not once tore down a black woman. Not one fucking time. But y'all gonna come on my page and tear me down because you're insecure, because your man's on my page, because your man's a follower, because your man's a subscriber, because your man's in my comments, because your man's in my likes. Well, maybe if your man's always up in my shit, then maybe you should just stop being a hating ass bitch and learn that classes in session. Get you a notepad and a pen, sis. Submission ain't got nothing to do with a nigga paying bills. Submission has everything to do with you believing in your man and you knowing your man has a plan. Shut the fuck up, fall in line, and y'all will get some goddamn where, but you can't shut up. That's your problem. You don't know when to stop fucking talking. Because I be wanting to beat y'all asses too. But I don't even be having time to give y'all hating ass, miserable ass bitches time in the comments. But I got time today because I'm on the fucking road. Find somebody else to goddamn play with. You don't have to like, click, or fucking subscribe. Just keep fucking scrolling, ho.
And I'm sorry, I could not be a man in this new generation because I would have been put that fire on y'all females. I'm sorry. Because what you mean, you can have my number, but you got to pay my rent. What you mean, I can't have no kids, but you got 4. What you mean, if you out with your homegirls, I got to pay for everybody's stuff. What you mean, I got to be rich, but you live on your mama's couch. What you mean, I got to have more than 3 pair of pants, but you only got 1 wig. What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I got to pay for you a babysitter. What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I got to buy your son some diapers and shoes.
Why the f*** are you trusting anonymous bitches on this T app? Do not believe everything you read on there. I did a little experiment in the Denver T app area, okay? So I posted a man that I met in Arizona like a while ago that there's no way anybody in Denver would have talked to him or seen him or anything. Like, he's never even been to Denver. Just to see if some bitches would say something to stir up. I posted it and I was like, we've been on some dates, things have been going well, just trying to see if like anybody else has been talking to him or seeing him. Some bitch commented, said we went on a date not too long ago. Like, bitch, you're a liar. And then I commented back on it and I was like, you're lying because I literally posted this guy who's not even from here. There's no way anybody would have gone on on a date with him, so you're a liar. These bitches straight up will just lie just to ruin some shit you have going on. And that's the other thing. Don't be posting your man because these bitches will come for him. I don't get why women trust other women just because they're women. Women are grimy as too. And I've even had some male friends that have had said about them that's out of pocket, like to the max. It's just not okay. So if you're gonna take anything from the T app, make sure you get receipts with it. Otherwise, don't believe anything these bitches are saying. People love to be messy just to be messy. Oh, and the bitch literally deleted her comment after I said that, so she knows she's lying. Losers.